You're not failing in life just because you're dumb or because you're stupid or just because life is hard. You are failing in life because you're lazy. The difference between you and a person that achieves all of their goals is discipline. Discipline is what allows you to wake up and do the things you might not want to do or be motivated to do or even be happy to do, but just get them done. And I'm gonna let you guys know right now, if you don't like brutal honesty and you don't like somebody telling you about yourself, go ahead and click out of my video right now. Because on this page, I give you online big sis advice and I'm gonna give it to you guys real. But if you truly wanna know 10 ways to level up yourself in 2025, this is the video for you. Hey babes, it's Edna and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you 10 ways to level up your life in 2025. As a 23-year-old who not only has 2 college degrees, became a nurse making 6 figures in New York State, I own my own business and have multiple streams of income. I'm not going to lie to you, 2024 was one of the best years of my life because I literally sat down and told myself I was going to start accomplishing the things I wanted to rather than just talking about it. And I know we're almost through January, but you guys still have the ability to make sure in 2025 you level up. And these are the 10 ways you're going to do that. Number 1, the first step to leveling up in any aspect of your life is to set clear goals. If you have dreams and you have fantasies, those are not going to do anything for you unless you have clear goals written down. There's this quote I really like and it goes something like, ideas without plans are just pipe dreams. And if you're not planning out exactly what you want to do, you're just saying a whole bunch of nonsense. So when I talk about setting clear goals, you don't necessarily need to fill out a vision board, which I personally did last year and I liked. But if you're not that type of person, that's okay. All you need to do is literally write down your goals, put it to paper, put it on your iPad, write it down in your notes. You need to be able to visualize exactly what you want to do and not just speak it into thin air. And if you're not really sure on where to start on your goals, that's okay. Your goals don't have to be so extravagant, but you should be trying to be better than you were the day before. A smart person that I know told me the other day, achieve to be 0.1% better at anything that you do every single day. And it may sound like 0.1% is not a lot, but when you compound that over 365 days in the year, you're going to be way farther in life by the end of the year than you are right now. And just making those little improvements, even if it's 0.1%, is already leveling up your life from where you are right now. Okay, my second tip is to prioritize self-care. And when I talk about self-care, you don't necessarily need to go to the spa or have a whole bunch of extravagant maintenance days, but you need to take care of yourself. Because if there's one thing I live by, it's when you look good, you feel good. And let me tell you something, that goes a very long way. I used to be sometimes so stressed out and depressed, but when I got up and maybe did my makeup a little bit or put my hair together, even if I wasn't feeling the best inside, I still looked good. And subconsciously, that will go a long way to improving your mood. And prioritizing self-care is not only about your looks, it's also about what you eat. It's about your mental health. Take care of yourself. And as a psych nurse, I can't even begin to stress enough how important your mental health is. Whatever you need to do that helps you feel good, that's one of the biggest foundations of leveling up your life. My third tip to leveling up your life in 2025 is to enhance your skill set. So whatever you're doing right now, whatever you're an expert on, even if it's a hobby, if it's work, if it's things you want to accomplish, level up your skill set in that arena. I don't care if you think you're the best at what you do, you can always become better. Learning to do things more efficiently will literally help your life become so much better because time is money. And the faster and more efficient you're able to do things, the more money you're going to be making. And it's not only about money. When I say enhance your skill set, you want to enhance it in every aspect of your life. So if you need to go back and get a better education, that's what you need to do. If you want to read a couple of books and learn to do something you didn't know how to do before, learn that. If you're a makeup artist and you're really good at doing makeup, learn how to do a different technique. Learn how to work with different customers. One of the best things you can do leveling up yourself this year is to enhance who you are as a person. I'll give you an example. I've always been really good at editing videos. I've made videos ever since I was younger, but as time goes on, I get so much better with my craft. I learned how to use different apps. I learned how to use different editing styles. And it's gotten to a point that even though my edits are not the most extravagant and I don't go crazy with them, I'm able to edit so fast. And by learning how to edit so fast, I'm able to get videos done faster than before, push them out faster than I have in the past, and earn more money that way. So remember, enhancing your skill set in 2025 is going to be such a game changer for you. Number 4, and I feel like a lot of you guys are not going to like this one, you need to have a digital detox routine. I know social media is so big right now. And as a person who posts on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, I have a Snapchat, I have a Twitter, I'm telling you that digital detoxing will literally be the difference between you and everybody else. People never believe me when I tell them that I really don't use social media like that because they see me posting so much. But what you guys don't understand is because I am the creator, I'm not really the consumer. What you guys should learn now is, yeah, it's good to go on social media. You can learn so much from it, but at the same time, too much of anything is not a good thing. And if you're a content creator yourself and you want to make content this year, just know that if you're on social media for hours and hours a day, you're wasting time by not posting what you need to post. And also just consuming all of that content is going to dull your creativity because you're looking at what the next person is doing. Spend the time to read a good book. When was the last time you guys have picked up a book and just read a book and just expanded on your knowledge? It might sound like I'm just talking and I'm being annoying, but these are literally the things you need to do if you want to level up in life. One thing you need to learn how to do if you want to become a better person in life is to adopt the habits of people you look up to. And I promise you, those people who are getting their life together, who are accomplishing their goals, who are making millions of dollars, who are owning businesses, they're not on social media for hours of a day. I'm not saying to completely stop because of course you do not want to do that. Social media is like where it is right now, but literally just develop a balance. Don't make it the only thing that you do. My 5th tip to leveling up your life in 2025 is to master time management. Like I said before, time is literally money. And in this world that we're living in, life is going so fast. And you don't necessarily need to go as fast. You just need to learn how to manage the time that you have. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. What matters is what you're going to do with those 24 hours you have in a day. Some things I like to do to manage my time is to time block. This is something I discovered when I was in nursing school and it literally saved my life. You might be telling yourself, okay, I have 50 million things to do today. You are not going to get them done unless you get a time blocking template. You write down all the hours in the day and then you block your time. So, okay, from 8 o'clock a.m. to 9 o'clock a.m., I'm going to read my book. From 9 to 12 in the afternoon, then I'm going to maybe do my homework. From 12 in the afternoon till 3 o'clock p.m., that's when I'm going to work on my content. From 3 to 7, I'm going to do another thing. You want to literally block out your time because time is so precious that you can't afford to waste any of it. And another thing I want to add, when you're blocking your time, make sure to leave breaks for yourself. You do not want to overextend yourself because you're going to realize you're just going back to back to back without giving your time to breathe. And if you burn out, that's not helpful either. Another way to manage your time, which is really simple, but I feel like it goes over a lot of people's heads, is to have a calendar or have a planner. You can literally buy a planner from everywhere. I think I got this one from CVS. And as you can see, like I will literally plan out, okay, the days that I have work. Since I'm a nurse, I only work about 3 to 4 days a week, and whatever important thing that I have to do on each respective day. My 6th tip to leveling up your life in 2025 is to upgrade your environment. A lot of the times we don't really understand the big role that your environment plays on your mental health and everything around you. If your room is always messy, if your car is always messy, it's going to have an effect on how you feel. Because if your environment is cluttered, your mind is going to feel cluttered too. And when I'm talking about upgrading your environment, it's not only about your living spaces, it's also about where you go to get work done. Sometimes I can't sit at home and do work or plan my content in my room. I'll go to Starbucks or I'll sit in a nice coffee shop. And just being in an environment that promotes relaxation, that promotes creativity, is one of the great things that you can do to level up your life in 2025. My 7th tip to leveling up your life in 2025 is to cultivate meaningful relationships. Whether that be your significant other, whether it be family, whether it be friends, make sure that the relationships that you have in your life are worthwhile and are adding on to you. Because if something is not adding to your life, it's taking away, and that's just going to be a cost and not a benefit. The people you hang out with or call your friends are so important to who you are as a person. Your friendships and your relationships will make or break you, and I mean this in the most serious way possible. There's this quote that I really like, and it says, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. And that doesn't mean you necessarily need to be with people that always have more than you or are smarter than you. All it means is that different people have to be able to add different things onto your life. Not that your friendships or your relationships should be a type of exchange, but even if they add happiness to your life, if they add comfort, if you can learn from them, any person in your life should add a positive attribute to you. So be open to making new friends, be open to networking with people. Just make sure this year you really focus on cultivating meaningful relationships. All right, my 8th tip to leveling up in 2025 is financial literacy. I don't care how much money you make or how little money you make, you need to know what you're doing with your money and be smart with it. One of the things you can do is set a goal. How much money do you want to make this year? How much money do you want to save this year? Do you want to pay off your credit card? Do you want to pay off student loans? Are you saving up for a trip? Just do something with your money. Don't just have it sitting in and going out. I'm going to tell you guys a little story. When I was like a couple years younger, I don't know how I came into so much money, but there was a year that I was like making money maybe from social media or my business or just little things I was doing. And at the end of that year, the Chase app was literally doing like a Snapchat snapshot of how much money you've spent in a year. And when I tell you guys, I spent somebody's entire salary that 1 year alone, I was like in literal shock as to how I can spend somebody's salary as somebody who didn't even really work at the time. And then I started realizing, okay, there's something I'm doing wrong, because I could have been investing this money or using this money for something. And yeah, I was young and lit and spending money. Now that I'm a little older, I know that there's so much more things that I could do with my money, especially now that I make even more. Find ways to invest your money. You don't only have to save your money in a banking account. If you want to build a savings, look into high yield savings accounts so that you're accruing some type of interest on that money that you're putting in. Another thing I really recommend is to get a financial advisor. I feel like there's a misconception that financial advisors are so expensive or that you need to be making millions to billions of dollars to have one, but that's just not true. I have a financial advisor and he's honestly the greatest. When I tell you, he's been giving me advice on what to do with my money, how I can invest my money. Even when I was buying my new car, I was literally sitting in the car dealership texting my financial advisor asking him, okay, do these numbers sound right? Can I afford to do this? Does this work? And he was like, yeah, you can afford to do this. Make sure you do this. Ask for this. It is so smart to have a financial advisor or somebody who just knows what they're doing helping you with that if you don't know yourself. Okay, my 9th tip to leveling up in 2025 is to embrace a growth mindset, also known as a fail forward mentality. You need to be able to learn from your failures. I feel like a lot of the times what holds people back from getting anywhere in life is that they're afraid to fail. And the reason you're afraid to fail is because you're gonna fail and you're gonna stop. The difference between you and a person that accomplishes their goals is not only discipline, it's the fact that they learn from their failures, they learn from their mistakes, they improve on them, and they don't make it again. You procrastinating or never starting the things that you want to do is just gonna keep you back in life. You need to fail forward. I'm not saying that you're going to fail, but you need to have a mindset of, okay, if this happens, this is what I'm gonna do instead. If this doesn't go my way, this is how I'm gonna mitigate that. Embrace learning how to go with the flow and embrace learning how to accomplish your goals without being so scared of failure. Because you see all of these big people accomplishing everything they want in their life and they look like they're so leveled up and they have so many things, but you didn't see all of those nights that they tried it a million times and failed, and then they got it right one time, and that was the thing that set them apart. So embrace growth. You're not gonna level up in 2025 if you don't embrace growing. Okay, and my 10th and final tip to leveling up in 2025 is to focus on giving yourself grace. Just like me, just like you, just like everybody in the world, we all have the tendency to be hard on ourselves. But being hard on yourself is not going to get you to where you need to be. And this is something I need to say to myself because I am so hard on myself, guys. I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I used to suffer and sometimes still suffer with imposter syndrome. And it's basically me just feeling like I didn't accomplish as much as I could have. And even when I do accomplish a goal, I feel like, okay, what's next? I don't feel that happy because I don't feel as accomplished, or I feel like it wasn't really an accomplishment and that was just something that I had to do. But you guys, just like me, we have to learn how to give ourselves grace. Give yourself grace to know that, okay, maybe you didn't accomplish the goal that you wanted to have by the end of January, but in February, you know you're gonna work on it. Giving yourself grace and caring for yourself and allowing yourself the space to improve and get better is one of the best things that you can do to leveling up yourself this year. We gotta work on not being so hard on ourselves, but also having that discipline I was talking about earlier before. And with that being said, those are the 10 things that you guys need to do in 2025 to level up yourself. If you guys try these 10 things this year, I promise you, you're going to end the year being a better version of yourself than you started last year. We are going to get through 2025 together, and we're going to make it a year of so much prosperity, so much accomplishments, and so much leveling up. And if you're the type of person that wants to grow or wants to become a better version of yourself, this is the channel for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. And as always, much love from your online big sis. Bye, babes.